Tom Quigley. Tom, the subsidies sunsetting is causing a lot of volatility in the market for healthcare right now, isn't it?
Well, it's just confusion. Like I'm getting a lot of calls from people who think that there's no more subsidies, which is just inaccurate. All it's doing is reverting back to how it was set up originally. They get rid of the enhanced subsidies. That's the piece that is making everyone quite upset. So it's
So
not the lower middle class, it's the middle upper middle class who are getting subsidies who don't get it anymore.
the enhanced subsidies kind of explain to me what those enhanced subsidies were so that people need to call their politicians because we have the time is ticking on this.
Well, the Affordable Care Act, came out, and because of the COVID virus, Biden put in a deal where they enhanced the subsidies, and then later on the Inflation Reduction Act, they extended it to 2000 through 2025. So that sounded great, and it made a lot of sense for a lot of people. But then what happened was we're at December 2nd, 2025, and they're set to expire December 31st. So Congress has to react one way or the other. And so far, they've reacted that they're not going to allow the enhanced subsidies. So a lot of people are not getting them. So they're seeing their premiums go from 200-300 all the way up to 1500-1600, if not more in some cases.
And who were the enhanced subsidies supposed to benefit?
Uh, the middle class to upper middle class who were suffering because of the COVID. So it made a lot of sense, and it still does. They just don't do the right math. They did the math, if you small businesses who allow their employees to get enhanced, subsidies, can greatly benefit from that. And the enhanced subsidies, what the government needs to do is they need to understand that if you're paying $2,000 a month a family, that's tax-free dollars for both the employee's contribution and the employer. Now you lower those rates to $200 a family, you've created $1,800 a month of taxable income on both sides, employer, employee. That more than offsets part, if not all, of the enhanced subsidies, which they don't use in their calculations. Get the math right, have the right formula, then then we can debate. But to debate about something that you don't even have the right formula, it makes zero sense. It's just a political ploy. So yeah, put me in Washington, I'll take care of the bad
No,
boys.
no, you told me you weren't going to Washington, but you'll have to become a consultant or something on that. And with DC, I mean, the thing is, we look at two different sides of the coin in here. Like you think about the increased, they were helping the middle class and upper middle class
Right.
with healthcare, especially in situations if you're a, let's say, self-employed or you don't get covered the best coverage of benefits with your current job. There are a lot of people out there like that because the companies can't afford the healthcare. So they decide, well, here's our costs and this is it, and it's exorbitant. So they go to an open market and find better pricing for their health benefits.
Yeah.
Those are the people who are going to be hurt the most with this.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of people going to be hurt. I mean, but you have to change. They have to change the policy. They have to actually get along and figure it out. Um, they don't have to figure it out that much. There's, 5, 6 people in the Senate and 3, 4 in the House, and do something. And then you get the president who's trying to kill the whole bill, but he has no solution. Giving the Americans 2,000-3,000 each, yeah, they're going to use that. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm seeing people pay $4,500 to $5,500 a month in New York City for a family. And I sit there and I laugh because it's like, look at the rates if you buy it individually with no subsidy. It's like 1,800 versus 5,500. What are you doing? I mean, people have got to get like educated on this. I mean, this paying more for health insurance for your family than a mortgage is
Yeah.
insane.
A-
Insane.
and the trickle down effect also, Tom. Think about the trickle down effect. Is that increasing rates across the board where insurance companies are charging more for business benefits? That you're seeing that right off the bat
Oh,
with 40,
it's
50% increases. And this is all based on this trickle down effect of eliminating the subsidies because they were using some of this, weren't they, in some sort of way to
now
get it?
they're just taking advantage of a system. You got to keep in mind they're for profit, most of them on Wall Street, stocks. All they're doing is taking advantage of the American consumers' lack of education on the subject. If people understood it, the insurance companies would have to change and adapt. But people allow them. I mean, the insurance brokers are one of the most crooked field, the health insurance brokers in America. That's legal. They're crooked. They're working on a percentage of what you pay, and you get an increase. They get a raise. It's a scam.
Okay. And that's the problem. It's a scam in so many aspects, and you deal with so many different things because of that. Now, you were talking about what's the latest news when it comes to buying business benefits in 2026. What are you seeing these insurance carrier reps doing that you feel is the wrong thing to do to sell to certain businesses?
They're trying to promote these individual coverage health reimbursement arrangements, which is like T-ball compared to a medical expense reimbursement plan, which is like Major League. And what they're doing is there's too many rules and restraints on these plans that make zero sense when you can use the same tax law more efficiently, Section 105 to be exact, to create a medical expense reimbursement plan where you can encompass everything, not just individual coverage. It doesn't make any sense. And in some states, it makes zero sense, but they're pushing them because that's their way that they can charge fees and make more money than they were on the group. But those plans don't make any sense compared to a medical expense reimbursement plan.
I got it. And how much are you saving with the medical reimbursement plan versus the
Usually
what?
it's 50% more,
Wow.
maybe more than that, because they're not setting them up right. You know, the consumers don't understand health insurance. There's an education problem created by the insurance industry who don't want you to understand it because if you did, you wouldn't buy it the way you do, which in turn means that you pay half the cost.
Wow. So where do you see things going? Again, I'm going to go do a quick Google search of the subsidy sunset and see what the latest news is. You're just thinking, I said you think it's going to not happen. They're going to sunset. We're going to see that so basically what's happening is the ACA, let's see the latest news as if any news has happened lately, if I'm looking at things and nothing's coming up.
It's all gibberish.
Yeah, let's see what AI says. Basically, by 2026, affected by 400%. So basically, they're looking at going back to the specific things. But
Yep.
the latest news 2 days ago, Congress races against 3-week deadline to tackle massive this tackling expiring Obamacare subsidies.
Yeah.
So they're meeting against this, but ultimately the Republicans are going to say no, thank you.
Well, I
This,
mean, look at they shut down the government for how many days over it, and they still. I mean, if what why? What was the purpose of doing that now? I mean, if you're standing up for the American people, then why did you fall? You wilted. It should
Yep.
still shut down if they truly believed in what they were saying. But
Well,
the
get
almighty
this.
clock pays people off.
But what's crazy is they're looking at if they don't get the subsidies, we're looking for another potential government shutdown threat on January 30th. So
Right.
it's like it's going to
Yeah, you know,
continue to
you
be.
you got to get all those ass clowns out of there.
That's true. All right.
Well,
So if you want to schedule a call with Tom DeGay, you have a business, you're looking at this. Ultimately, even I don't know what the heck to do. I just saw my prices increase by this. Give Tom and his team a call by going to claimlinx.com and schedule a call with them.